You think you're remaking a healthy choice when you grab a granola bar or a plant-based burger. But what if those healthy foods are secretly packed with more sugar than a donut and ingredients that could be wrecking your health goals? Stick around, because we're about to expose 5 so-called healthy foods you might want to rethink. We've all been there. You're in the grocery store, trying to do right by your body. The packaging is green, it says organic, natural, or plant-based. It feels good to put it in your cart. This is the health halo effect, a marketing trick where one good-sounding claim makes you assume a product is healthier than it really is. The truth is, the food industry is great at hiding not-so-great ingredients behind these well-meaning labels. You're trying your best, spending your hard-earned money, and you might be accidentally working against your own health. Today, we're looking past the hype. We are going to break down what's really inside some of the most popular healthy foods based on actual research, so you can make decisions you feel good about. By the end of this video, you'll be able to see past the clever marketing and spot the hidden traps lurking in your pantry. Let's start with a classic, the granola bar. It's the go-to healthy snack for so many hikers, busy parents, you name it. It's made with oats, nuts, and seeds, so it has to be good for you, right? The perception is that granola bars are a wholesome, close-to-nature snack. The packaging often shows mountains and fields of oats, and we associate them with energy and fitness. Brands often add vitamins or highlight that they're made with whole grains, which just adds to the healthy image. But the reality is, many granola and protein bars are closer to candy bars than a health food. To make them taste good and hold their shape, manufacturers often load them with sugar and unhealthy fats. It's not unusual for a single bar to pack a surprising amount of sugar, with some containing as much as 15 grams. That's almost 4 teaspoons. This sugar often comes in sneaky forms like high fructose corn syrup, honey, or fruit juice concentrate. That huge sugar hit spikes your blood sugar, which leads to the inevitable crash and leaves you craving even more sugar. Many of these bars are also classified as ultra-processed foods. They're engineered to be hyperpalatable, meaning their mix of sugar, salt, and fat is designed to make them really hard to stop eating. They can be packed with calories, but surprisingly low in the nutrients that actually keep you full, like fiber. Diets high in ultra-processed foods have been consistently linked to a higher risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. Studies have also shown a link between the highest consumption of these foods and an increased risk of early death. The good news is, you don't have to give up on convenient snacks. Instead of a store-bought bar, try a handful of raw almonds and an apple. This combo gives you natural sugars for quick energy, plus fiber and healthy fats to keep you full. If you really love granola, try making your own at home. That way, you control the ingredients. If you have to buy a bar, become a label detective. Look for options with less than 10 grams of sugar and at least 5 grams of protein and fiber to make sure you're getting sustained energy. Next up, one of the biggest trends out there, plant-based meat alternatives. With names like Beyond Meat and Impossible Burger, they promise the taste of meat without the environmental or ethical issues. A lot of people switch to them thinking they're automatically healthier. The marketing is brilliant. Plant-based creates a huge health halo. People connect it with lower fat, no cholesterol, and all the good stuff from a vegetarian diet. It seems like a simple health upgrade. Here's the catch. Plant-based doesn't automatically mean healthy. While they can be a better choice for heart health by helping lower LDL cholesterol, many popular products are ultra-processed. To get that meat-like taste and texture, they're often loaded with sodium, saturated fats from sources like coconut oil, and a long list of artificial additives and refined oils. For example, some popular plant-based burgers contain way more sodium than a traditional beef patty, which isn't great for blood pressure. Another big issue is what's missing. These products are made from plants, but they often lack key micronutrients found in real meat, like iron, vitamin B12, and zinc, unless they're fortified. One analysis found that only 12% of plant-based meat alternatives were fortified with all 3 of these key nutrients. If you rely on them as your main protein source without making up for it elsewhere, you could end up with deficiencies. If you're going plant-based for ethical or environmental reasons, that's awesome. But if health is your main goal, focus on whole food plant proteins. Think lentils, chickpeas, beans, tofu, and tempeh. A global study confirmed that eating these types of plant proteins is linked to a longer life expectancy. When you do go for a meat alternative, just read the label. Look for a shorter ingredient list and lower sodium. Less processed options are generally a better bet. And make sure the rest of your diet is rich in things like iron from leafy greens and B12 from fortified foods, or a supplement. Now for our third food, flavored yogurts. Yogurt is a health food icon. It gets praise for its probiotics for gut health and its high protein content. It seems like a perfect breakfast or snack, but not all yogurts are the same. We see yogurt and just think healthy. It's a gut-friendly food with calcium and protein. The fruit on the bottom kind seems like a 2-for-1 deal, a serving of fruit and dairy in 1 cup. The moment you go from plain to flavored yogurt, things get tricky. Most flavored yogurts, even organic ones, are packed with added sugar. A single serving can have more sugar than a dessert, sometimes 20 grams or more. This pretty much cancels out the health benefits. All that sugar contributes to inflammation, messes with your blood sugar, and can lead to weight gain, the exact opposite of what you want. These flavored yogurts are also considered ultra-processed. A recent study of young adults found that even small increases in ultra-processed food intake, including foods like flavored yogurt, can disrupt how the body regulates glucose, increasing the risk for prediabetes. In that study, just a 10% increase in UPF consumption was linked to a staggering 64% higher risk for prediabetes. You think you're starting your day off right, but you're actually kicking it off with a sugar bomb that sets you up for cravings later. This is an easy fix. Switch to plain unsweetened Greek yogurt. It's higher in protein, which keeps you full longer, and it has no added sugar. Then just add your own flavor with whole foods. Throw in a handful of berries for antioxidants, a sprinkle of cinnamon to help regulate blood sugar, or some chopped nuts for healthy fats and crunch. You get all the good stuff from yogurt without the sneaky mountain of sugar. Moving on to number 4. Healthy breakfast cereals. Walking down the cereal aisle is an exercise in dodging misleading marketing. Boxes scream, "made with whole grains," or "good source of fiber." It seems like an easy, nutritious way to start the morning. Cereal is sold as the perfect breakfast. Parents are made to think they're giving their kids a nutritious start to the day. The whole grain claim is especially good at creating that health halo. But most breakfast cereals, especially the ones aimed at kids, are ultra-processed and full of refined carbs and sugar. The whole grain content is often tiny, with the main ingredient being refined flour that sends a rush of glucose into your bloodstream. All the sweeteners are engineered to hit a bliss point that makes the cereal irresistible. This causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash that leaves you hungry and tired long before lunch. The health risks are real. Diets high in ultra-processed foods are tied to all sorts of chronic diseases. In fact, some research has linked high consumption of UPFs to an increased risk of precancerous polyps, which can lead to colorectal cancer. One study found that women who ate an average of 10 servings of UPFs per day had a 45% higher risk of developing these polyps compared to those who ate only 3 servings. Starting your day with a bowl of sugary cereal is one of the worst things you can do for your metabolism and long-term health. So, ditch the boxed cereals. A great alternative is plain oatmeal, made from steel-cut or rolled oats. Oats are an amazing source of soluble fiber, which helps lower cholesterol and keeps you full for hours. You can top it with the same healthy things you'd put in your yogurt: fresh fruit, nuts, and seeds. Another fantastic option is eggs. They're full of protein and healthy fats, giving you sustained energy without any sugar crash. The common thread here is the sneaky power of the health halo. Marketers are masters at using words like organic, protein, plant-based, and whole grain to make ultra-processed foods look healthy. But as we've seen, these foods are often hiding loads of sugar, unhealthy fats, and sodium that can work against your health, contribute to weight gain, and raise your risk for chronic diseases. The best tool you have is knowledge, so the single most important takeaway is this: read the ingredient list, not the claims on the front of the box. Look for whole, real foods you recognize. Be skeptical of long ingredient lists that sound like a chemistry experiment. question everything. Taking a few extra seconds to understand what you're really eating is one of the best things you can do for yourself. If you found this video helpful and it opened your eyes to some of the food industry's tricks, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. What healthy food were you most surprised to see on this list? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more, check out our next video on how to read a nutrition label like a pro. Thanks for watching, and here's to your health.